Baruch haba Adonai El Shaddai. Hello, Shalom. Welcome to this video. I cannot believe what happened this weekend, that the Prime Minister of Israel stalled the hostage release, the ceasefire. We are still in phase 1. I suppose, it's my opinion, that it is because the strike forces of Palestine did the biggest thing since the Holocaust. And with the axis of resistance, they humiliated and terrorized Israel for 15 months. 15 months, 15 seconds to run until the hypersonic missile hits Israel. And some hit Israel. Some destroyed combat jets, F-35, F-15. So, not funny. 15 seconds, that's a nothing. I mean, that's even for me too fast, yeah, to run to the bunker, yeah. Almost all missiles get intercepted. This was a terror and a nightmare. This was a full nightmare for Israel. Man, people don't understand this. Yeah? They don't live in Israel. I wanted to travel to Israel. God did not wanted it. Yeah, I was already on the brink to make an emergency passport for Austria and to get the next LI machine from Los Angeles to Tel Aviv. Yeah, God didn't want this. Yeah, good. If not, I would be already there. Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, this is something. I mean, we have to work on both. On Prime Minister Netanyahu, he's paranoid. Yeah, I mean. He's the father of Israel. He's the defender of Israel. He's the prime minister of Israel. He has to do his job. And he knows his enemies very well. He's long in the business of politics. Eh? And Israel is paranoid. A lot of Israelis hate not only the right, the Arabs, the Palestinians, until the one. Yeah, also the Palestinians. The hate is so deep on both sides that we know already from the past. One ceasefire is a 10-second pause, and then the next one, That's why we must, at all costs, even if the Jews cry and the Palestinians also, yeah, if both cry, yeah, and then the other, the third group, the Christians, yeah, we must revive at all costs the negotiations with the peace, for the resolving the Mid East conflict. Yeah, make your suggestions. You can make a lot of suggestions, stupid suggestions, smart suggestions. Everything is needed. Send it to Israel. Send it to the Palestinian Authority and Prime Minister Netanyahu. On Twitter, this is easier. On X, sorry. Good. Yeah. Good. And we need pray for this. And both are stubborn. Yeah, also Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Prime Minister is stubborn. Is not so flexible. Or I don't know. Yeah, but also the strike forces of Palestine. I mean, you have to understand. They want to prevent that this will happen ever again. And we have a historical moment here. And independent of Christ's returns or not, we must take a decision. You must take a decision. War or peace. And remember this. I mean, I don't know why people are so stupid. If you decide for peace, and for example, if you decide you lay down your weapons, a lot of the fighters are dead. Yeah, we don't have the strength of the past. Yeah, we would need years to repeat it again. Yeah? If the strike forces of Palestine would decide to lay down their weapons, to dissolve, and maybe make a not just political, without military party, for example, or completely dissolve, yeah, and lay down the weapons, return it to the IDF soldiers, to the Israeli military, yeah, and and also the other military and the Al-Aqsa and the other military groups in Gaza would decide to dissolve, to not exist anymore, and return the weapons. Believe me, they are still afraid of you. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. They think the entire day in the Mossad Central. Maybe they are buying weapons in Tel Aviv. Maybe they're buying weapons in Haifa. That's the other thing, yeah. Even if you lose your border to Egypt and you cannot build tunnels or 1 kilometer or 2-3 kilometers completely of Israeli government, Israeli state, and they put walls 10,000 meters, they will still have, I fear, maybe they will buy weapons in Tel Aviv. Well, things like that, yeah. I mean, don't forget where the Jews come from the Holocaust, from Auschwitz. I was in Auschwitz, in Krakow, in Poland. I'm first in Poland. Not funny. It was not the first KZ I visited, not funny. Yeah? And remember, you have been so patient also. You're patient. The Palestinians have been so patient. I mean, you hate them. You have been humiliated very hard, but you have also been patient. And also, this is my opinion. The Palestinians are more flexible than the Jews. Also, from the three religions, the best of Christianity is forgiveness, and it's one of the biggest things we have, that you can forgive. This is one of the biggest things in earth, the deepest kind of meditation. The best thing the Jews have, the Jewish religion, is to party, the Shabbat. I want you to one day to go to your Jewish friend and ask him, I'm Muslim, I want to know how you make the Shabbat. I want to participate, yeah? Just one day in your life. I have never made a Shabbat, a real full Shabbat. I want to make it, yeah? The turn off electricity. This is the best thing the Jews have. And I read on the internet, this is from one source on the internet, the best thing the Muslims have is the hospitality. That you go to, I was in Egypt, I was in Turkey, yeah? Two nations with Muslims as a majority, and they really treat you really, really well, eh? And they have really this hospitality thing, yeah? I agree with that, eh? This is the biggest thing, the biggest gift the Muslims has from their religion. But I read from this source, I don't know if this is true or not, but from Christianity, the forgiveness, this is really that you forgive. This is really the big, and this is also the biggest thing, in my opinion. Yeah? I don't want to humiliate the Jews now, or that they're party daddy, or the Muslims. But if I look at the history, there's a lot of truth in it, yeah. And the Palestinians, they were so hospitality with the Jews, with the Israelis. They gave the entire land to almost voluntary. I mean, exaggerating speaking, yeah. But they were so hospitable. Now 85% of that is Israel. I mean, good, but it's true. The Palestinians are so hospitable. Come, that's also Jews can do. If you have an Arabic friend, a Muslim friend, ask him that he invites you to eat in his house. Yeah, that you learn to cherish the other parts. Yeah? I mean, John Molinda said one important thing, that a nation is in the will of God does not mean that all 100% of the population has to be Christians. The Christian must only be on the strategic points of the nation, in economics, in politics, in military, in police, in education, in media, in VIPs, important role in VIPs, in education, in the churches, living church, yeah. Yeah. Also, and this is true, we have biblical evidence of that, what John Molinda said. I think it was John Molinda. And for example, when Nebuchadnezzar, King, I don't know how to call him in English, and Daniel, they were so close friends. He was the king of Persia, the emperor of Persia. And me in the Bible study, someone who knows a lot of history said, also Nebuchadnezzar, he was so smart. He was a giant, but God humiliated him because he was not a Jew, and made him an animal. And then he recognized the God of the Jews is the Most High God. He's the only God. He's the living God. And during this time, Daniel was I think both were extreme smart, both were good, very good friends, but Daniel was smarter, and also because he was a Jew, yeah. But, this is something we have also to accept. God made the Jews also most smart, and it's also from DNA, because Jews has to be always the best in everything to survive, not to be too rich to survive, yeah? And to be famous, to be popular. Yeah? And I want a lot of Muslims to read a bit the Jewish history from Wikipedia. I will put a link in the description. Yeah? And sacrifices of Palestine. Be flexible. Madre, no hables ahora. Estoy haciendo un video. Be flexible. I mean, if I would be you or the leader of them, yeah, I would say I would decide for peace. I would decide independent if they have started the peace negotiations or not, but we make pressure. No, I would not say it. I would use the situation to make pressure for starting the peace negotiations without compromise. And what we also have to know, even if we dissolve, even if we have returned all weapons to the IDF, even if we don't exist anymore as an organization, even if we don't meet as a friends anymore, and even if they start to rebuild Gaza and Israel pays it, if the peace negotiation never finishes, or it does not end good for the question of Palestine, then we can always start again. We can always start again with this method. Something else. This is the only Jewish, not the only Jewish, but it is not a humiliation or something like that for the Jews. I mean, Charlie Chaplin, who was one of the greatest of all times of the artists. My mother said my mother is a heavyweight. She has a lot of knowledge in medicine, but also in culture. The most difficult thing is to make people smile, laugh, yeah. And he was one of the first in those times. There, music in the background of the movies. He was not talking. Yeah? He's for me like a saint. I'm an artist. He's an artist. I'm also an actor. He's an actor. He was one of the best of all times. Undiscussable. Undiscussable. And he's like holy for me. Not that that's like my wall of lamentation. Yeah. The Jewish eclipse ends soon. February, this week, next week, in a couple of 4 days, yeah. Don't start to eat pizza. Drink tea, soups, little by little, if you have fasted 40 days. It was a success. I'm back to business, and I'm flying very well. Today I walked 3.5 hours. And also the Chinese did make the eclipse. I didn't know if there was a first eclipse involved. Yeah, whatever. I think this is the third and last eclipse. We have, remember what Christ once said, before I return, before the wedding, what means the wedding is completed, and there will be signs in heaven, in the sky, in the universe, and everyone will see it. There will be earthquakes, a lot of earthquakes, and everyone on earth will expect one big earthquake, and it will come. And don't tell this is earthquake weapon harp. Yeah? This will not be earthquake weapon harp. This will be beyond. Yeah? We can only pray that not so many people die. Also, and maybe it will be similar like in Mecca during the last Ramadan, when God sent a storm, but nobody get killed. God is almighty. He's all powerful. Remember, this is not a humiliation. He's like a bit holy for me, Charlie Chaplin. And good, huh? Find Jewish friends. Try to understand Jewish culture. Also Jews, trying to understand the Muslims, the Palestinians. And something, an extreme important fact for all Jews, yeah? Palestine was before it's written in the Bible, Gaza. This is a complete lie, yeah? These are the 5 nations that God Almighty, Jehovah Tzebaoth, left behind to test you, yeah? To test Israel and the Jews, yeah? You have returned to your nation. Be grateful, therefore. Also, important to know, after World War II, after the Holocaust, the Jews had a similar situation like the Palestinians now. What do we do with the Palestinians? We have no clue. What do we do with the Jews? And World War II ended 1945. Israel was founded almost 3 years later. 3 years, exactly 3 years later, and a few days after the World War II ended in Europe. 8th of May 1945 and 14th of May 1948. Israel was also founded to return the Jews to their home, to give them something, but they can live. Of course, it was the decision made above your heads, above the Palestinians. And I would start the war. I'll be honest, I would also start the war. But also, and don't forget this, if it was reversed, if the Jews would live there and the Palestinians would be holocausted and they had to return to their home, the Jews would have to done the same, yeah? I'm pretty sure the Jews would have done the same. Start a war. But you know what? Sometimes, also the Jews have more blood guiltiness than the other. And Haaretz self wrote it. I will make a description, this link in this. In Gaza, there was a genocide. It was not Auschwitz. They did not murder. They did, but not like Auschwitz, like the Nazis. We kill now every Palestinian, every Hamas fighter. This is also not true, yeah? But it was a genocide. And this will be paid. Believe me, they will pay therefore. And they will go to prison, those who made it. But it was not Auschwitz. And Israel is half a Nazi terror state, yeah? But also, don't forget, sometimes the words are not accurate. Sometimes the words are half wrong, half right. It doesn't matter if it's 100% right or not. But also don't forget, we have hundreds of thousands of Palestinians living inside Israel in shalom v'halal, in peace and in more or less prosperity. Israel is not a rich nation, the population at least, yeah. And also we have, this is incredible. I can't believe it. We have 15 months of fighting, and we have Palestinians inside the strike forces of Israel. And we have, as far as I remember, 0 and null accidents. 0 and null accidents like the Taliban problem in Afghanistan, yeah? That they kill other Jews just because they were so angry, yeah? And there were for sure Palestinians inside the ADF, inside Gaza or wherever. Yeah? It was not easy for them as well, yeah? Remember them, they're Palestinians defending Israel, the Jewish state of Israel. And good summary. Yeah, what I want to say to the side for the Palestinians, the summary of this video. You can always start again. And you can make another front on the east side, on West Bank. You can always start again. We have the one part. The strike force of Palestine, they want to have the option to fire. The option to use the weapons. And also their methods are not kosher. No war is kosher. I do remember this as well, yeah? Some dudes are terrorists. Some have a bomb. 2,000 pound bomb from F-16. Don't tell me that this one and that one is less bloody than the other one. And that this is kosher, this is not kosher. Bullshit. Both is shit. Both is worthless. And we need to find a way out. We need to find a way out. And also trust in the Jews, in the Jewish state of Israel. Also, they have Nazis in the government. They don't want to make you the Holocaust like the real Nazis from Germany. Ja? Greetings to Germany. Wir wählen nicht AfD. Ja? AfD ist eine Protestpartei. Ja? Alle sind korrupt. Alle sind gefickte Scheiß-Freimaurer oder Illuminaten oder andere Wahlterroristen. Ja? Auch die CDU und die CSU. Weißt du was? Mach gleich die Briten. Die Briten haben es verstanden. Wählt nur CDU, CSU. Wählt nur CDU, CSU. Haben die eine absolute Mehrheit wie Konrad Adenauer. Ja? Oder eine Zweidrittelmehrheit. Die Bibel kommt wieder in die Schule. Scheiß drauf, das ist alles wertlos. Aber wählt nicht die AfD, auch nicht die scheiß Freimaurer bei der FDP. Freimaurer, FDP. FDP. Diese scheiß gelbe Wichse, ja. Gelbe Pisse, ja. Geht sie in den Wahlständen und macht sie kaputt, ja. Bla 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 bla. Sagt ständig, oh, die Freimaurer bekennen. FDP, FPD. Diese Scheißpartei. Diese gelbe Wichser müssen raus, ja. Für immer und ewig. Aus jedem Stadtrat, aus jedem Landrat, aus jedem Bundesland, aus jedem Bundesrat und aus jedem Bundestag. Kein einziger von ihnen. Ja, aber nur CDU, CSU. Faschisten, Merz, ihr wollt einen Faschisten, ihr kriegt einen Faschisten. Friedrich Merz, Friedrich hat ein bisschen Frieden in sich, ökonomischer Vollfaschist. Wir wählen für den, ja. Gut, der ist auch gut für Israel, ja. So, back to Israel, ja. Wir wählen nur CDU, CSU. Erststimme CSU, Zweitstimme CDU. Nein, Erststimme und Zweitstimme CDU. Das wäre eigentlich besser, wenn wir Erststimme CSU machen und Zweitstimme CDU. Diese Idioten kommen auch nicht mal auf solche Ideen. Gut. Back to Israel, ja. We do, at the strike for Palestinians. Trust and believe that the Jewish state of Israel, the Jews don't want to make a Holocaust with you. I mean, they say it, yeah, the population, yeah. Mm-hmm. And, but, sometimes, I, with my mother, I loved her like Hamas and Hezbollah and Israel. Yeah, we love so much. Not that much, but hate must heal and it will heal. But overall, trust that they won't kill you. Trust that they really want peace. Trust that the question of Palestine will be answered very positively. And trust that I am the second coming of Christ. Trust that God, the God of Jews, can judge them again through your hands, and that He can kick out. This will happen this year. The Pope says, I believe it. Yeah? I'm walked today a lot. I'm reducing belly fat. I'm preaching again, and I'm making a good video for you. I'm working on multiple fronts, yeah? And I sleep enough, more or less. Even Jews, Jerusalem, Vorsicht, Tel Aviv, Vorsicht, yeah? Behave well, behave smart, and behave fast, behave flexible, and move forward fast. I can punish you very well. The earth is my property. I am the second coming of Christ, and according to the Bible, I am the judge over Israel. Christ said on one occasion, Moses will be your judge. Moses will judge you. On the other occasion, he said, the 12 apostles, without Judas Iscariot, and with Matthew and Jesus Christ, so 13 people will judge the 12 tribes of Israel. And there can be a decision that we kick out all Jews from Israel, and they are never allowed to return there, only on the holidays. Yeah, I can do anything, anywhere, anytime, with whom I want, as often as I want. The Son of the Holy Trinity, Psalm Mary Bach, the second coming of Christ, Fernando Perezolam has spoken. Yeah, good. Mycket gärna samma så. Ja, also Hisbollah. Werft eure Böller weg, verdammte Scheiße. Dissolve. Make a political party. Or dissolve is the best thing. I mean, understand the Israeli strike forces, Israeli politicians. They have to secure Israel. And your missiles are good. Your missiles are too good. And even if they don't hit, but the Houthis destroyed F-15, Iran, and yeah. Thank you. I mean, again, yeah. I repeat. On one side, the Palestinians and the Muslims have suffered so much humiliations of them and of their brothers, and they are more flexible, they are less blind, yeah? But you also have blood guiltiness, yeah? You also are blind, yeah? But remove the hate. I mean, for a tango, it takes two, signorino. For a tango, it takes two. I'm not a Freemason. If you stop to dance with the Jews, they cannot force you to dance. If you stop the war with the Jews, they cannot force you to a war. I mean, they can, yeah, but they won't bomb just for fun, yeah, for testing Lockheed Martin's new F-16 Viper. Yeah. I know. I mean, I don't know, but I feel this hate is so deep. When, if I would be there, I would have killed over 10,000, yeah, on October 7th. That the Jews can be appreciated, and I'm not their leader, the leader of, the strike force of Palestine. 10,000. But you know what I mean, yeah? This is not funny. We have to end what doesn't make sense anymore. We have to end it. And we make pressure, big pressure. Manifestation. We don't need weapons. We don't need knives. We don't need weapons. We don't need knives. Also when I read from the MFR, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Germany, Außenministerium, information about the United States of America, there was said, a travel guide from the Ministry of External Affairs of Germany, they said on the part, when you are in a car and you get stopped by the police, don't make sudden moves, yeah? Don't make strange things, don't make sudden moves. And this United States of America is a bit of military zone, yeah? Every idiot can have a weapon, yeah? And you have still too many weapons. Return it to the police, make an appointment by phone with them. Don't return it with your full truck of armament. And Israel is worse. There are people, there are fighters. How do you know that an IDF fighter knows that you have a stone and a rifle and a gun? Yeah, they don't know it. They fire. Also, they are accustomed to do that. Yeah? Also, not good. Yeah, but it is not easy to be an Israeli policeman or Israeli soldier and to protect. Don't provoke. You hate them. Yeah? And you throw a stone, then you get killed. It is also not okay. But you know what I mean. Okay. It's not adequate. For fucking stone on a tank to kill a child. Yeah? But educate your children. I mean, young people are aggressive. Young people are radical. We need the old generation to start this and continue this, to stop it, to re-educate. Say, boy, you have two decisions. You throw a stone on a tank, Meriva 4 tank, or you just make a make a big round around them, yeah? And you survive. What do you want? Do you want to marry one day and have a wife, a beautiful wife and children, and be happy, or do you want to die today? That's a good question. Yeah? That's a fucking good question. Not. I repeat. Yeah. I repeat what the father of Sammy Perel said. Hitler, Junge Salem, watch the film Europe. Yeah, it's a very good film. He was in my school. It was so incredible, his story. He passed away already. And he's another Jew that I love very much. He said, I have forgiven Germany, but I live in Israel. And he said, I want to return to my nation, Israel, to build it, to build it. And I want to say, I proclaim over all Palestinians and all Jews what the father of Sammy Perel come on. Good. I proclaim over Israel and the Palestinians. What the father of Sammy Perel in Germany said to him, Du sollst aber leben. You shall live. Shalom Buhalal.